you have about 8 Kabilas in Swell. You have the Jammes there, you have the Jajus there, you have the Jibas, the Bajis, and the Bojans. But the Bojans are the landlords.
They are the founders of the village.
The founders of the village, yes. And up to date, they are the people who image leadership in that area.
It's not easy conducting research, gathering material. Putting this book together probably wasn't an easy job. You said you had to travel outside the Gambia. You're a teacher.
Yes. I did this because then I was not a teacher.
You are not a teacher
then I was working in the National Center for Arts and Culture, which was the then oral history and antiquity. And in most cases, we go out for these researches. So it was during this time when I met with Pasanjani. I had gone there to find out the history of Congo from him. So it was from there, he also thought that it is going to be very fruitful if we could write, if we could get an information on the Bojans also. So he went with me up to Swell, because he knows the place very well.
Sanjal Bojan himself?
Yes. He did all the expenses. We went there, we discussed with some elderly people. We went to Banjali, where you have these mangas. We went to Binjona, to Ankaran Bajana and others. And from there, he would ask me to go alone and then try to collect information from people. He was the sole initiator of this. But actually, everything materialized because of the first mother. Because the first mother also, this Bojam Manka Bajan, people comes to her, and then she would also call up a delegation to go and attend some festivals in Casamas, and then the family start to reunite. So the rejuvenation come from her. And that was the time we had to attend Jamorais.
So how much is that book? Is this book supporting that cause?
Actually, the book has not. Of course, because you go to Combo now, from Manduar, Kafuta up to Katong. If we call up a meeting, you will see different families coming up. Not even the Bojans alone. And I think this has reunited us. And even when we have meeting in Brikama, people from Fonyi comes up, who are not even Bojans.
You write about your own past, the Bojans, probably, based on your conviction that the information you have collected is correct, is authentic. How much information does it entail about, let's say, information that is less favorable to the Bojans, the other side of the Bojans?
I think this is not only favorable to the Bojans, because what we want to portray here is people to know their lineage and exactly to know where they are and where they come from.
Yes, their lineage is about their past.
Yes.
They're trying to reconnect.
Yes.
There must be something about their past, the
Yes.
good and the bad.
Right.
You wrote much about the good here. You're talking about their exploits, their achievements, their traits, all those things. But were there problems, shortcomings?
Of
in
course,
the Bojan dynasty, that's worth highlighting.
We had problems, but those problems are coming in the next edition. That was when we settled in Kombo, the Soninke Marabu War came up. So in that also you will see what are some of our constraints and what are some of our challenges. Yes. What I would not say hatred, but what had been imposed on us and where we had failed.
Well, yeah, because even from the very outset, Karam Madiba, what's the name
Sankara
of it?
Madiba Conte.
Sankara Madiba Conte left Mali.
Because of some
feud or some hostilities or some bitter family problems and the like. He left. He wanted peace anywhere he could find it. The reason for his leaving is not good, so to speak. It tells us about divisions within that.
Not only divisions. I told you initially this man had been informed by some future tellers that move some of your family to the west, where they will have an everlasting peace and prosperity. So this has prompted the ancestor to put some people to go to the west.
But there were problems, family problems, feuds.
There were problems escalating. Because of that problem, he don't want his people to be subjected to that, and then he decided that he can build another family somewhere else. And this is what caused the migration.
And then from then, things stabilized. There were no further feuds and family feuds and problems that could warrant another of his sons probably wanting to also move either west, further west or east.
No, because he wants them to come to the west, and this is what he has asked them to do. That if you leave Sankara and go to the west, this is what I had, and this was what the future tellers tell me. You go there, your royal, your kinship will still be maintained, and wherever you go, people will hear of you. So this was why, and especially he said, you are going to a place where you will see an antelope hung over a familiar tree, santan tree, and then that is where you are going to settle, surrounded by bamboo logs.
And this was where? And
this was Brikama. They were only coming to Brikama. They had made some stops in some places and settled somewhere
so
else.
when they left from Sankara,
they came through Salum.
Through Salum.
At Salum, they met Kimbamba Bramjuf there. And this man welcomed them. He gave them room to settle. They were there, and then the man, because he's also a king, and then he has realized that this also are among the royal family from somewhere else, they start to intermarry. But the man made a precondition, saying that now, I have to do this agreement with you. My Juf surname, I will retain it. But we will have a new family, or new families. If any Boja male married any Juf female, the surname, the new family's name is going to be Mboj and Jai.
Mboj and Jai.
Yeah, that is Boja male crossed Juf female. And then if you Juf female married to a Boja male, the surname is going to be Sar. And this is what is happening in Salum. So you see the connection. It's not only Manga, Bajan, and Boja, but initially from Conte, Bojang, Manga, Bajan, and then you have Sar, Mboj, and Njai, because of this intermarriage.
It's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
But how much of that is available in our history books?
Well, I think this is the first of its kind now, for people to know that it is a written one. But actually, these are narrations we had from people. And we take it to be very authentic.
Authentic.
Yes.
But is there a way of really trying to measure the authenticity of some of these things? How do you measure them? How do you convince yourself that the information I'm collecting is? Because you're talking about literally hundreds of years, probably.
Yes, yes. Because this was around
history.
This was around 1076 when the Almoravids invade Ghana.
So you're talking about more than 1,000 years?
Yes, more than that years. Yes.
Mr. Bojang, that's quite interesting. How much use is the school system or the education system making of this?
It has not yet gone into the system. We are trying to put it there because the minister had made a concern over it when we invited her at the launching, and she promised that this should be used in the upper basic. And even at the college also, I went there. These social and environmental lecturers have almost also appreciated the book. and